Welcome to the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage, where rude mechanicals do magic. Hello, I'm Bronze Age, Director of the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage. And today, we're going to be working on the wreck of Old 37. Old 37 is a walnut, American-made 19th century headboard. First thing I noticed when it came into the lab was this board and this one as well. Both were cut from pieces that were over 14 inches thick. That's one clue as to just how old this thing is, because they had trees that big back then. Now we have this nice carved applique. Again, that's all one piece of wood. And a faux raised panel. Now I call it a faux raised panel because it's actually just two boards screwed on the back here to look like a raised panel. Now there's a repair piece between the two boards in the panel, obviously put there to keep them from bowing apart. Up here we've got 37, and over here number 1. The whole thing is held together with flathead screws and of course hide glue. Now the reason it's here today is because the arches come loose. It sits up here like this. It was originally attached with just hide glue on these parts here and these little bitty nails. I'm going to tap one of these out, take it over to the forensics division of the Secret Underground Laboratory and see exactly what this is. What we have here is a square nail. Now, square nails, or cut nails as they're better known, because they are cut out from a sheet of steel. This is one of the first items to be converted from handwork to machine work in the early days of the Industrial Revolution. You could have a big machine that could just sit there and punch these things off the end of a bar all day long, and suddenly made nails quite affordable for all kinds of uses. Now this went all the way up to about 1880, and someone invented a machine that could take a long piece of wire, cut the end sharp, punch down the head, and these were much cheaper than the cut nails. Just simply easier to make, took less work. Now, cut nails still stayed around for quite a while, and as far as I know, some furniture factories used them all the way up into the 1920s. But eventually, the difference in the cost won out, and so today wire nails is what you see everywhere. The original glue that was used on these joints was hide glue, and we need to get that scraped off as well as possible so we can get another bond with the repair. The dry fit is the critical part of any kind of repair job, especially if it involves glue, because you don't want to discover that you don't have enough hands to get everything back in where it belongs after you've got the glue applied to it. Because really, most jobs, there's only one chance to get it really good. And if you've got to be cleaning up glue because something wasn't in the right place or something slipped, it just makes more work. This is hide glue. Very similar to what would have been used originally to put this thing together. It's called hide glue because it actually is made from animal byproducts, the hides and other various parts. If you've ever heard the old joke about calling a horse glue pot or sending a horse to the glue factory, well, the horse didn't think it was very funny. few more clamps to get this thing perfectly aligned and flat, and I'll let it sit overnight, come back in the morning. One of the problems of edge gluing old work back together is sometimes it's difficult to get it down flat, and a piece like this, very difficult to clamp. So what I do is I wrap this rope around the top. I've got it hooked up to a clamp at the bottom, and it will give me just enough tension going forward to pull the front of that seam closed. And the glue starts to ooze out of it. Oh no, I've got it just about right. Everything came out tight and straight. Of course, putting back a glue joint back together is usually not difficult. It's a much different matter when you've got split or cracked wood, because no matter how nice it looks, there's enough distortion and tearing when wood cracks that it never actually fits the way it's supposed to. And the last step is to put all these square nails back where I found them. So this is Bronze Age for the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage. I thank you for watching this video. I would really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. Comments are always welcome. I read them all. And don't really get that many, so that's pretty easy. So again, thank you for watching.